we are going to take a quick look at using the Chrome extension called Talk and Comment. When I send out this video, I will send out a link to it. You should take you to this page. Your button right here, instead of saying remove from Chrome, should say to install it into Chrome. And then once you do that, it'll ask you to allow your microphone. And when you do that, you should see a little icon when you're in Google Forms that will show up just like mine. A couple other real quick things that we'll be talking about as far as quizzes. As a quick reminder, in order to set up your forms as a quiz, you go into your settings icon, click on your quiz tab, turn this on by just tapping this toggle to make it a quiz, and then make some decisions about whether you want to release the grade right away and what you want the kids to be able to see afterwards. If you want them to be able to see correct answers or not, missed questions and point values. So the first section is setting it up as a spelling test. I'm going to go ahead and add in an extra question to show you how these two are set up. We're going to add in a blank question. All I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on this microphone. It's going to start recording. I'm going to say my spelling word, use it in a sentence, and then say the spelling word again. And then I'm going to click the check mark to stop the recording. Hand. I use my right hand more than my left hand. So once I've done that, you'll notice it says that it's automatically copied. I can paste it anywhere. If I want to listen to it to make sure it sounds okay, I can sample it here. Otherwise, I can just press OK. I'm going to go to my question and do a right click and paste or a Control V and paste. And you'll notice that at the end of the link, it says voice note. This will show up unless I delete it or change it. In my other examples, you'll see I decided to number the questions 1, 2, and 3. Kind of nice for kids to have their spelling tests numbered. So I decided to go ahead and add that. This is not required. You can delete this and there won't be any text that shows up when you go to have the kids fill this out. Now to change this into spelling, we want it to be a short answer because we want them to have to type the answer out. And then on our answer key, we're going to type out the word the way that it's supposed to be. And then click done. I have my default set up as 1 point, so I don't have to do that. I also have my default set up as required, so I don't have to check that off for every single question. It does that by default. So now my spelling are set up. I could continue on in the same fashion until I was done. You can also set this up for multiple choice questions. You'll see here at the end of each link, I also have the definition and then the 4 words. This is so that the kids can also do it by reading the words. And if you have kids who are kind of in between, they can start to see the word and hear the word at the same time, a little extra practice at seeing and hearing those words. Now, when I'm doing this, what I found works best to save time, instead of re-recording these words over and over, once I've created one example, I can just click this duplicate button. It's going to make another question with the same 4 words and same recording, so I do not have to record all of these again. All I have to do is delete this question and then re-record the definition. To put forth a lot of work towards something. Come up here, we're going to paste that. And then I want to go ahead and just quickly type in my definition. So I want them still reading it, even if they're listening to it as well. And I also need to change my answer key real quick. Press done. And then my last example is using the extension in order to give some verbal directions. If you don't want to type out a long set of directions, and you know some kids understand it better if you say the directions out loud, that's a great option too. This is in the description part of the question. If you're not sure how to do that, this is your regular question area that's always there. In order to get that extra area, when you click on these 3 dots, you can highlight description and it's going to give you this extra area. It works out really well. I'm going to show you what this looks like in the preview. So we're going to go ahead and go up and preview this like we were a student. So we're in the spelling section. Now you can see the only thing they actually see is the numbers, and we have a really nice little icon that they can click on in here. is polite to clap your hands when you like a performance. Clap. They can listen to this multiple times if they need to. I'm just going to go ahead and put in the other words and get one wrong. And then now down below you can see here's the definition and here's my 4 words, so I can just read it. If I don't need the audio support, I can ignore that. If I need the audio support, I can go ahead and click on that and listen to the definition. To become better at something. And then I can also listen to each of the words pronounced. Concentrate. Improved. And so on and so forth. We're just going to go ahead and click on that one. Let's go ahead and get this one wrong. Get that one right. And then at the bottom here, you can see now my written directions are at the top where the question goes in, and then my audio is a little bit smaller underneath. Across from each multiplication problem, fill in the bubble below the correct product. So if the kids weren't quite sure how to manipulate this type of answer grid, so it says from across from each multiplication problem, fill in the bubble below the correct product. So we follow this over, and then they can come through and follow each of these. We'll go ahead and get these correct. I do have it set up to give them the grades automatically. So when they click submit, they do have an option of viewing their score. If I was sending this out to kids, I would probably remove the option of submitting another response unless it was a practice test and I wanted them to do it again. If it was a real quiz for a real grade, I would remove that option. Under the settings, there's a checkbox that says to only let them take it one time, and that would not be there. Let's go ahead and view the score. Really nice for the kids to be able to see their score right away. A lot of the kids are much more engaged with their quizzes when they know they're going to see their score immediately and they can see which ones they got right and wrong. So here you can see our total points, and as we come through, green are for the ones that are correct, red are the ones we got wrong. And we can come down and see all of our answers. Okay, so I will send the link that will take you to the extension and you can add the extension. If you have any questions about how to use it, please reach out and let me know.